2025 went by faster than any other year before, and I'm going to be honest, I was pretty fucking sure that it was going to be the year of the breakthrough. But instead, it ended up being the year of the warm-up. And also the year when my teachers from university realized that I have a YouTube channel. And the reason I'm saying 2025 was like a warm-up is because I love looking at my years as a basketball match, which has 4 quarters, and each quarter has its own purpose. And the purpose of the first quarter should always be to realign with your goals and your vision, and summarize what you learned during your workouts. So today, even though it's almost the end of the first quarter, I'm going to share the 5 biggest lessons that 2025 has taught me. Number 1, obsession beats everything. 2025 has taught me that the only way you can stand out from the crowd and achieve everything you ever wanted is by being extremely obsessed with your goals. And I'm not talking about, oh, I love creating videos, I love video production, I love filming, I love editing, because that is not obsession. That is just love for the craft itself. Obsession is when you don't leave the editing software until that project is done. Obsession is when you give up your sleep just to perfectly color grade you've been working on for hours. Obsession is when you give 130% even though 100 is enough. And if you want to understand what obsession really looks like, then watch the movies Whiplash or Muddy Supreme, because these movies explain it relatively well. And if you think that the obsession I just described is toxic, then you can click away from this video, because this channel is absolutely not for you. Being obsessed is truly the most powerful state you can be in. It literally makes you feel like you rule the world. And I think Grant Cardone said that you need to be so obsessed that people think you are crazy. And it's true, people won't take you or your goals seriously unless you show them how crazy you are about reaching them. And the only way you can unlock this powerful state is by having a really strong why. Why do you want this? Why do you want to achieve your goal? What is the big emotional reason behind that goal? And to give you an example, my goal is to become this crazy creative mastermind that gets hired by the biggest brands in the world, teaches the next generation of creatives while being financially free. And the why behind it is because I can't accept not proving everyone who doubted me wrong, and I don't want to see my loved ones working their lives away. So if you want to reach all of your goals for this year, then make sure you get fucking obsessed with reaching them. Number 2, everything we're doing is fucking hard. 2025 was the first year I started cold calling businesses in the area to sell them my video production services. An Australian filmmaker told me while we were on a call that anybody can send emails, anybody can send DMs, but rarely do people call these businesses. Cold calling strangers as an introvert was probably the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done. But it had to be done, and it paid off. Literally. Not so long ago, I managed to sign a high-ticket client, and it all happened because I called them. The thing about cold calling is that even though the calling part is extremely scary and uncomfortable, you can do a lot of things to make the process actually easier. I watched around 8 to 10 videos just to get familiar with the whole idea of cold calling and the tone part and what you have to say basically. And then I ended up writing a simple script, a script that I still use, by the way. A simple script that I can read while I'm on the phone. When it comes to these high leverage activities like cold calling, there will always be some kind of blockers that will block you from doing that activity. And your job as an entrepreneur, as someone who is trying to build up something fucking majestic, your job is to identify these blockers and just eliminate them. But if you take away anything from this video, let it be this. If something is hard to do, it's probably worth doing it. Number 3. Deep work is the only way. During 2025, I found it incredibly hard to stay disciplined and focused over a longer period. I first heard the term deep work in one of Danko's videos, and then I read about it more in Cal Newport's book. Deep work is a state of focus where you work on one meaningful project without any distractions. It's kind of like chasing the flow state. You sit down to your desk, you eliminate all distracting elements and work on one meaningful project. For an hour or two, you're logged in, you're working on that one meaningful project while listening to some banger movie soundtracks. I use Deep Work for tasks like video editing, writing new content, finding new potential clients and all that, because these tasks take up a lot of your time unless you do them one at a time, fully focused. I can literally guarantee that if you start practicing deep work, you will get more done in one single day than most people do in a week. Number 4. Network with like-minded people. As I said before, talking to strangers for me was always the most uncomfortable thing I could do, because I always had this feeling that I might just say something extremely stupid or awkward and just ruin the whole interaction. Last year, I've learned that in the filmmaking industry, the more filmmakers, the more creatives you talk to, the more opportunities will start coming your way. It's basically making your own luck. Just imagine that you start talking to this other filmmaker. He has like this really cool gig coming up and he asks you to be his B camera, his BTS shooter, his fucking gaffer, or just to hold his bag or whatever. What means is that you start doing something together. And in the end, the whole filmmaking industry is about collaboration. Just one single person can easily open up doors to hundreds of different opportunities. I'm lucky enough to say that in 2025, I managed to find the people who understand my vision, the work that is required, and are on the same path as me to build something meaningful that not only pays the bills, but also fills you up with energy every single day. And to start networking, you can go to creative events, running clubs, or coffee shops, whatever. What I did was I literally started commenting on another filmmaker's posts. And then after like 5 to 10 comments, I just sent them a DM and I started complimenting their work even further. And if you think that people don't respond to genuine compliments, then you are fucking wrong, my friend. Sending DMs to professionals in the industry like colorists, editors, other filmmakers literally started growing my network. Number 5, in the end, it's you and no one else. This lesson was probably the biggest slap in the face last year. Here's what you need to accept. You won't wake up every single day feeling fucking fantastic, ready to crush your goals. Some days you will wake up feeling like shit. Some days you won't even feel like getting up. And some days you will be like, fuck this shit, it's not even worth it. Trust me, I've been there and I've done that, literally all 3 of them. And I know that this is a hard pill to swallow, but if you are not going to do it, no one else will. One of my favorite quotes, and I'm even thinking about getting it as a tattoo, is, if not us, then who? Every single time I have a shitty morning, I just think to myself, if I don't do it, no one else will. Because no one cares about your goals as much as you do. Each day you have a choice to make. Am I going to do everything in my power to make this work? Or am I going to skip this day? And if you are going to skip it, then trust me, no one will come to save your ass. Not your friends, parents, girlfriend or boyfriend, no one is coming. All this is on you. Are you going to do it or are you going to quit? Because if you're going to quit, then trust me, you will prove everyone who doubted you right. And that, my friend, is something that I personally cannot live with. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped and I hope that you will crush everything that 2026 throws your way. Peace.